Welcome to the last module, that is troubleshooting. Now in this module, we are going to see how the Linux provides many of the command line tools which will help us for system administration as well as to manage and configure some of the network interface cards. So first thing that I'm going to show you is ifconfig space eth0 down. So what I have done is I want to make sure that whatever interface card I am using, for example, right now if I say ifconfig, and we can see here the network interface card name for my Ethernet is ETH0. Here I want to fix it because it is giving me error. So at this time I have to make sure that this card will be fixed. I just have to restart the card. So I'll say ifconfig ETH0 down, but I'll need sudo privileges, and this is how I give the sudo privileges, and it is down now. So even if I say ifconfig right now, it will not show me. Now I have to again turn it on. I just have to say sudo ifconfig eth0 up. This will impact in a good way because it has restarted completely the network interface card. And now if I say ifconfig again, I will be getting the eth0 again. So these are some of the parameters which can help us. These are some of the commands actually which can help us to navigate to the problems, or else restarting always solves the problems. This is one thing. Second thing, if we want, we can also trace route. So let's say if any problem is getting in between and we don't know how to solve it, I just have to press trace route and just have to press google.com, and this will trace whether the packets are going perfectly or not, it is traveling or not, it will showcase me. Or else if at some point I feel like that my network interface card is not working, I can say ping 127.0.0.1 and I can say enter. Here you can say that if this is not working, that it is not successfully sending the packets, that means your network interface card is having some of the problems. So these are some of the troubleshooting methodologies for the network interface cards. At some point you might feel that services are also not working, so you just have to say cat etc/services, and in services you will be seeing the list of the services as well as the port numbers. So let's say Kerberos service is there, you are seeing the port numbers here and the services name. So you can also figure out what all services are present, is there any problem, is there any glitch. You can completely figure this out. Lastly, if let's say I am using lsblk -j, then it will showcase me lot of things. -j is basically the JSON file. For this thing, I just have to see whether my lsblk is having some of the fs type, fs version, label. So what is this fs? Fs is basically the the disk that I am using whenever I am trying to swap it, or let's say I am going to use it. So right now it is FAT16 or else SDA1. You can see the name. Those are basically the hardware drives which we can list down, or let's say we can make sure that this particular files are being used. So this is how you can just troubleshoot using some of the commands if required. I hope you have understood this video.